Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick, Colorado. My name is Michaela. This morning I'm taking you guys through a brand new 2025 Cimarron Norstar 4-horse. Now, if you guys don't know, we are down at Stock Show, January 11th through 26th, for the best 16 days in January. We have this same trailer in a 3-horse down there in our booth. So if you guys have seen this, that trailer down there, this one is your 4-horse version of that trailer. It is so well optioned out. I really like a lot of the features on this trailer. So we're gonna go ahead and run you guys through this one. But before we get to the trailer, we'll go ahead and pull up that drawing and look at all of our numbers together. So we did option this one at 7'4" tall, so we've got a little bit extra height there. We also went 7'6" wide, so we've got some extra width working with us as well. Up front, you guys will see our short wall on our dressing room, tack room combination is gonna be 5 feet with that 9-foot long wall. Your total floor length is going to be 23 feet 3 inches, and then you have your standard 8'2" nose on this trailer. So 23.3 on the floor. Guys, believe it or not, this is only 3 inches longer than your dual tack trailers. I know you guys watched one of those yesterday. We're only looking at 3 inches longer, and you have such an awesome setup on this trailer. So let's go ahead and start right here at, of course, always my favorite part is going to be our tack room. I am big on tack. I have so much tack, way more tack than I do horses all the time. So these are my favorite parts to go through with you guys and just show you all these options and how user-friendly they are. So you have these 2 doors that open up here. Your right-hand side is going to be your 42-inch door. Your left-hand side is what you guys can see, that smaller closet door right there. On our left-hand door, we have fully carpeted with a high and low set of bridle hooks. So we actually did just carpet this entire tack room, which I always love that feature. Just gives it a nice finished clean look and also protects all of your equipment inside of this trailer. So hanging your bridles on here, having that metal, you're gonna have that carpet behind, just protects your equipment, protects your trailer. Inside on our left hand side here, down below, as you guys have seen at Stock Show, we did 2 rope holders on this one. These, we have ropes on display down at Stock Show so you guys can see how well they work. They're a perfect fit in here too, and you can hang a bunch of ropes off of those. If you don't need it for ropes, they're just great utility hooks as well. Keep things up off the floor if you're not looking to use this as your rope go to jackpot rodeo trailer. Just good storage right there. But up above those, we did 2 of our shelves on this one. You guys are familiar with these on our RTG models. 18 inches deep with that 2-inch lip. So everything will set down inside of there, and there's a rubber mat down inside each of those. Great storage space, kind of using up some of that dead space. Get things up off the floor. I know I've got mine full of extra cinches. They actually lay and they fit and they're perfect, like really well. It's just a great length for those. So I have all my extra cinches in there, backs and fronts, all kinds of stuff that's just loose and you just don't want it rolling around. I just throw it up there. Great to get it up off the floor and keep things clean for you. On our back wall, again, fully carpeted. We did a recessed saddle post on this one, so it's recessed into the wall, and it is, of course, just like you guys see on our swing outs and our removable posts. These are fully adjustable. You can add more of these and you can take these off as well, but of course you can adjust these high and low. You need a little bit more spacing between these 2 here. If you've got barrel saddles, cutting saddles with those taller horns, if you've got English saddles, you probably don't need to adjust this because that'll be plenty of space for those. But again, so great that you can do whatever you need to with these. These are my favorite saddle racks. I love the carpet for that grip factor, but I love this wither block as well. Cimarron actually owns this extrusion. They have done trial and error. They've tested these. These do work so well. I can attest to that because I do have a Cimarron myself. I bought it used here. It did not come with these saddle racks, but that is one of the first things I did, that and an electric jack, before I took it home, is I swapped them out to these newer style because I love these. I've never had a saddle hit the ground when it's been on these. And then back behind me, we optioned this one with a 48-gallon half moon water tank. So you guys are getting 48 gallons of fresh water on board here. It is that flat back, so it's gonna fit perfectly up inside that wall right there. Up here, it does fill up at the top. So you guys are just gonna stick a hose inside of here, fill it all the way up. And then you have 2 spigots down below. You've got one right here where you could probably just set a bucket underneath this one and get some water flowing out there. But you also have this one down here, which comes with your 10-foot hose. So you guys can see 10 feet, it's gonna be so long. It's gonna run all the way out of this tack room for you once you hook it up here. So you guys can be filling water buckets. You can actually rinse your horses off, rinse your dogs off, rinse your boots off, water your dogs, whatever you need to. If you guys get stuck in traffic, you're gonna have water on board with this trailer. You go up to some trailheads, you'll have water on board. A lot of trailheads don't have water spigots for your horses. So always nice to have that water right there. And it is just gravity fed, but I do have one in mine, and it does fill water buckets faster than my horse can drink, and my horse can seriously chug some water. So it does come out at a good flow right there. Over next to it on our right hand side, we've got these splint boot holders right here. So these are going to be what you guys can stick your splint boots on, which I really love that concept, because a lot of times, you know, you don't want to roll your splint boots up after they come off of your sweaty horse, because then they'll just kind of grow some mildew and some mold in there if you roll them up when they're still wet. You always want to leave them open and dry them out. This is perfect. You can just wrap them around these. That way they'll stay open, they'll dry out, and then you guys can roll them up and put them away, or you can just leave them there for storage. So that's a really cool feature that we're doing on some of our trailers now. And then up above, 2 more rows of bridle hooks, because you can never have enough bridle or hanging storage in these trailers. Tie downs, head stalls, extra halters. I fill these up, so I just appreciate having so many of them in here. And then our light switch right here, which I hadn't turned on for you, but your toggle switch is right here. You are getting 2 lights in this one, so 1 over each of your doors. They are those Opti-Bright lights. We've got a lot of comments on those down at Stock Show with how bright they are. They just feed off so much light right there. While you guys are up there, we're gonna check this out here. This is gonna be one of your 2-way roof vents. You're used to seeing those in your stall area of your trailer, but I like having it in here because you need some ventilation through your tack room, and you guys will see as we step back out, there's no bus windows on our tack room doors, so this is gonna be all closed in. So right here, just pop that open forward and be pulling some air in, or just pop it open backwards and get some of that air moving out of this tack room. Just helps keep things dry and fresh. But always need ventilation in there, so there's that. On our 42-inch door right here, we have our saddle pad bars. Again, on your gas shock. So those will flip open right there. This is works really well because of your saddles being right here, and then your pads right here. None of this is interfering with each other, and it makes it super easy to just grab your pad, grab your saddle, and get back to your horse. But what's also nice is if that doesn't work for you and you like to just leave it closed, which I leave it closed on mine, mine's just a little different setup, there is no hardware interfering with your saddle pads and your door right here because we use that gas shock. So it's super easy to get your pads on and off from this angle as well. Down below, our brush tray. That's where we're storing our hose right now, but really good space. I know it's hard to see on camera, but I have one in my trailer. I love it. I can tell you guys it fits so much stuff. I fit all my spray bottles, so fly spray in the summer, mane and tail conditioner. I've got all my brushes in there, hard brushes, hoof picks, soft brushes, mane and tail combs. I've got rubber bands in there. I've got salve in there. I've got hoof polish, all kinds of stuff, and it all fits in there really well. And if something ever freezes, which I don't know if I took out my fly spray, so I might have something frozen in there right now. When it breaks and thaws out, there are drain holes in these, so it's gonna be really easy for me to just open that door and drain that out because I forgot. You do have a fold down step getting up in this trailer, so really easy, as you guys were seeing, for just to be able to get up in here, access your saddles. What also works really well, and I have customers ask me this, so I want to point it out, is if you are not wanting to just take that extra step in and out, while your doors are open, you can fold that back up and you can just grab your saddles right here. So that's going to get you a good, I don't know, 8 or 10 inches closer to your saddles. So if you just wanted to eliminate that, maybe you don't need to get in and get to your bridles, you've got your bridles right here. Now you can grab your bridles, you can grab your saddles, and you can grab your pads, all from being out on the ground right here. So something to keep in mind, guys. That step is also on a gas shock. But real quick, I'm going to show you guys this door shut. It's on our hold back. All of our doors have hold backs. But this latch right here is what is going to work the post or the locking mechanism for this door. So you guys will see this is how it works. You just pull it towards you. But all you're going to do is you just slam it shut. So now it's shut. When you want to open it, you're just pulling that lever and popping it open. A lot of people don't see how that works. I wanted to point that out. It's so easy. And then with that door shut, you guys can still access your saddles. So you don't always have to open the 2 doors, which is why we kind of optioned them this size. It looks a little different, but now you guys can see that you can still get to your saddles with that one closed. So you don't always have to fully open this tack room up. And then to latch both of these, obviously we have slammed that one. This one here is just gonna fold over on top of that one, and then you have your butterfly latch, which can be locked. So you can lock up your tack room. And then up above these doors, we have a 16-inch OptiBrite, not OptiBrite, but an LED light out here. So we had those 2 OptiBrites inside with their 16-inch awning LED out here. So lots and lots of good visibility off of this tack room, which we've heard a lot at Stock Show this week is from our customers that have been saddling. I think they were saying 4 a.m. they have to go out and saddle and get ready. So they loved those lights. They said all their friends park next to them. They're actually gonna bring their trailer back in and add another one of those 16s per side, just because how much they love them and how much their friends use them as well. So they light up half the parking lot when they turn their Cimarron lights on. You're gonna have another 16-inch back here. So now you've got that visibility off of your tie rings. You're gonna have 4 tie rings on each side. So you can tie all 4 on this side, or you can kind of split them up and tie 2 on each side, whatever you need to do. We did do bus windows on this hip side. So these will slide open 50%, get you guys a little bit of ventilation right through there. If you're looking at building a trailer, you can option these as drop downs as well, or you could do plexiglass slats on your hip side. We did option this one with a couple extra marker lights per side. Just pointing that out for some of you that watch these videos to build trailers. You can always add or decrease those marker lights as well. And then down below, so we went 7/6 wide. So you guys are gonna see a half width fender right here, half width running board down below. If we went 6'10", you'd see your full width. If we went 8 foot, you would be more out here with your wall, but 7/6, so half a fender here. And then down below, black spoke aluminum wheels and 7K axles, Dexter rubber torsion under this one. But we'll go ahead and make our way around to our loading space. So with it being 7/6 wide, we went ahead and did 2 50/50 doors. You'll see on our 610, our standard width, we go the 60/40. With this one, we went 50/50. First thing you're gonna notice is this butt strap right here. Just a nice safety feature for the horse that you load in their back stall. Keeps them in until you can get in there and untie them, and then they can safely leave if they think about leaving before you can quite get them untied, which I have one of those, so I always appreciate these. I've got one in my trailer. As we step in, we've got rubber floor mats on this one. I don't know if I'll be able to pick it up. Nope, we can. Okay, so underneath we have our standard aluminum floor on these Cimarrons. Full length, all aluminum here. Excuse me. And then underneath, you actually have floor supports every 4 inches on these Cimarrons, which I've mentioned to a couple people down at the show this past week that have been really surprised and encouraged to hear that. Gives them a lot of peace of mind. Gives me a lot of peace of mind hauling my horses around, that if you were to look underneath this trailer, you're gonna see nothing but floor supports. Rubber floor mats on top. Now those can always be pulled out and you can always get worm done at any point. So something to keep in mind if you're looking to do some upgrades. One of the upgrades that we have done in this one are the padded dividers. Went ahead and did padding on both sides of each divider. These are gonna be your solid dividers. If you're looking at building a trailer, you can switch those out to airflow as part of the build process. So we've got partials for these two. And then our front one, we did as a stud stall. So that's how my trailer is optioned as well. I've got the stud stall and then 2 partials. Mine does not have padded dividers, and I would really appreciate padded on mine. So that's an upgrade that I do keep in mind. Maybe towards the summer when I start hauling some more. Just gives them some comfortability to ride on when they are traveling in traffic. Gives them something to bounce off of versus just your aluminum. But up here on your first stall, you're gonna have an escape door, which we can always check out once we get out there on that head side as well. You guys can see each of our stalls we did option. We always option them with D-rings though we don't always add the feed bags. We did that on our stock show trailer to show the options. We did that on this trailer as well to kind of mimic our stock show trailer. But behind our feed bag, we have our chest bar. So there's another one of those safety features for your horses in here. When you do open that escape door, they cannot get out of the trailer that way. So chest bar there, feed rings, D-rings here with your feed bags. But I wanted to point out that escape door on this side because if you wanted to use this front stall as storage, you have accessibility from the outside, and then you have your stud wall, which I'll close right behind you guys. So now whatever you store in here is not going to be able to slide through. So you can use this for hay or shavings, grain bags, muck tubs. I have a storage shop now, but I used to keep mine full of Rubbermaid tubs, and I would stack those in there. Just great to have that extra stall for storage if you're not hauling 4 horses. Maybe you're only taking 2 or 3 to a show and you need to use that for hay storage and shavings to take with you, you can do that because of that stud stall. We did upgrade the padding on our partition wall as well, so this horse will also have 2 padded sides. We did kick mat all the way around in our horse trailers. We've started doing that on some of our livestock trailers as well to kind of carry that through. The kick mat is a great protectant for your trailer and your animals. Each one of your stalls, we'll just start up top and work our way around. Each one of your stalls is going to have a 2-way roof vent. So you're going to have 4 of those in this one, 2 ways. So same as that closet tack, they're going to work. You guys can open them forwards or backwards to be using that airflow to your advantage. Standard insulated roof is on every single Cimarron, every single show trailer, every single cargo trailer, every single stock box. This is what Cimarron does on all their roofs. R3 thermal value and dent resistant up to a baseball size hail. Great products there. Have it on mine. Mine's black sheeted and it's still cooler here. Cooler inside this trailer in the summer, even with that black exterior sheeting because of that roof. Big fan of that. Going around this way, we have 2 Opti-Brights on this side. So you'll have one over kind of each of your 2 stalls there. Plenty bright enough in this stall space. I've got that set up in mine as well. And it just lights up this entire inside of this trailer. Gives your horses a lot of confidence stepping in when it is so light in here. And then the white lined and insulated walls really just make it inviting for a lot of horses. Especially you guys can see right now while you're back there checking this out, it is that 7'4" tall, 7'6" wide. This is a very large, inviting, welcoming trailer. Each of our stalls is also going to have 2 tie rings, so you guys can use those to your advantage however you need to. Tie your horse, hang hay bags, hay nets if you don't want to use those feeders. What's great is that you can take those out. They're not a built-in manger. You guys can remove those if those are not going to work for you. And then this last divider, you guys can see I have it all the way open and it is flush up against the wall, and you could still shut this door right here. So we do add length to all of our Cimarrons so that you can open this divider all the way and leave it open with this door still shut. So that eliminates the telescoping divider. Lots of things can go wrong when you have adjustable dividers. So just making it solid and sturdy eliminates that moving part right there. So we did have some length added right there, which I will show you guys back in your last stall. We've had this comment down at Stock Show too, is just how big this last stall gets because of that added length. You're definitely going to fit one very large horse in here. I would say your warm bloods can fit really well in here. Draft crosses could fit well in this one. If you've got smaller quarter horses, you probably could fit 2 back here. It is a very large stall. Those dividers right now, they do not have the D-ring clips on them. So to clip them all open, though that is something our shop can add, D-rings on each stall so that when you do throw them all open like they just were, you can clip them together and travel that way as well. But that's something our shop can do. Up above, we have 2 8-inch awning lights for load lights, so one over each of your doors. Up there, we also have those tail lights, which now standard are going to have that X-shaped reverse light built into them. So your reverse lights are now standard on all Cimarrons, built into your tail lights. Just shutting that door so you guys can see, you're going to have one up above and one on each side post, which I have them turned on right now just to show you guys. I have the battery box flipped on for backup lights so you guys can see them. And then on our rear post, we also have all of our light switches. Left-hand side, right-hand side, interior lights and load lights, all controlled individually off those switches. Let's work our way around to our head side. That trailer right now is optioned as a step up. You guys, we are a Cimarron dealer. We can add ramps at any point. So if you guys want a ramp on this one, we can always add it. On our head side, we have drop-down windows. So inside of your drop-down window, you're gonna have jail bars on your head side. Just safety feature right there. Keep their heads inside as you're traveling down the road. But you can drop these down if you needed to get in there. You want to fill your corner feeders, fill your hay bags, offer them some water at a rest stop. Just check on them. It's nice that you can do that. They can stretch their heads out this way if you want to give them a little bit of stretching room while you're fueling up. And then super easy to just shut those jail bars and get back on the road. Also, these drop down windows, they do pop into place, so you can drive down the road with those down. If you don't need that much ventilation though, you do still have your sliding bus window built into those drop down head windows. We have another 16-inch awning light over our tie rings, and we have those 4 same tie rings on this side as well. And then at that escape door, which we just checked out inside, this is gonna be your exterior view. So there's that chest bar, we've got our feed bag right there, and again our stud wall, so this could just opt as secondary storage as well. You guys can get a good look at that floor space. Tons of room in there for those hay bales, shavings, grain, muck tubs. And then this door does have 2 latches as well. So you guys can see if your horse were on the other side and they were playing with this latch, they could open that one. But we also have that secondary latch right here. So if they did mess with that one, they couldn't ever open the door going down the road. And again, both of those lock, as well as all of your drop-down windows and your rear doors, so you can fully lock up this trailer. And then the other side of our closet tack takes us to our dressing room. So we do have a sliding bus window on this door, getting you guys some good ventilation there if you're using this as a changing room. And another brush tray, because they're just such great storage features. You can throw anything in there. And another fold down step, stepping up into this one. While you're down at the floor, as we're stepping in, gray rubber tread flooring on this one. It's really good and grippy. You guys can see I got snow coming off my shoes. It's not super slippery. This is a good grip factor there, and it is seamless. So with your black rubber mats, you would have seams. This one's gonna be fully seamless, which is gonna make it super easy to clean out. We'll start at our right-hand wall, work our way around, fully carpeted, lined and insulated on these walls. We have a closed bar right here, so good extra hanging space if you are showing out of this trailer, rodeoing out of this trailer. You can hang all your extra clothes here. Maybe you're camping out of this trailer, hang your clothes there. And then another one of those shelves. You guys can see, again, 18 inches deep, 2-inch lip, rubber mat down the bottom. Great extra storage right there. On our partition wall, fully carpeted, lined and insulated again, and then 2 rows of bridle hooks. So good extra hanging space in here as well, because you're never going to complain about having too much hanging space. Getting up into our gooseneck, we do have a boot box. So doubles as storage. You guys can throw a bunch of stuff in there. You can throw some hat cans in there, or if you are sleeping out of this trailer, you can throw all your extra bedding in there to get it out of the way. It's 12 inches wide. Also acts as a bench, so you guys can sit on here and hang out, and then also acts as a step getting up into your gooseneck. So you could easily fit a bed up there, sleeping bags, air mattress. It's carpeted on the base, and you have sliding bus windows on each side for ventilation. We have a big optic light up at the front, so if you are using this as storage, which is all mine is right now, I just have a whole bunch of extra winter blankets, saddle pads, ropes, all kinds of stuff thrown up in there for storage. You guys can see what's going on up there, because the other night I had to go dig up in my nose to get my extra heavy duty winter blankets out for that big -18 swing, and it was dark outside when I got home, so I just flipped my lights on and climbed up in there, and it was super nice to be able to see what I was doing. So really appreciated that right there. And then up here, you guys will see this little square. This is just framework that is standard on all Cimarrons for an AC unit. So that way, if you wanted to ever add one in the future, you already have your aluminum framework done. You guys pop that out. You could throw just a max air fan in there, or you could do an AC unit with a heat strip. Just talking about sleeping in this trailer, camping out of this trailer, horse showing or rodeoing. If you wanted that, you guys can always add that right there. And then one last thing as you step out, that optic bright over there, I mentioned it up in the nose. We've got another one right there. So kind of a really fun space right here, separate. I've had a lot of customers lately looking for separate from their tack. That's been a big thing. They want this space, either a hangout space, as I just mentioned, camping, anything like that. They just want it to be separate from their tack. So this is a really well set up trailer for that purpose. And again, only 23.3 on the floor. So really manageable size as well. Really good floor length on this one. But we'll step up under the nose here and talk about what I was mentioning earlier with our battery and everything. So I do have a battery on board. Right now I do have it plugged into a different battery just to show you all the marker lights and backup lights. But with this being on board, you guys can use all of those OptiBrite lights without being plugged in. So like I just mentioned the other night, I was looking for my winter blankets. My trailer's not plugged in anything right now, but I can flip this on, go in there, turn on all my lights, dig around my trailer, and shut off my lights. But if I forget to shut off my lights, I have a battery disconnect switch. So whenever I'm done for the night, I always just turn that off regardless. I feel like it's really saved my battery in these cooler temperatures as well by using that. Don't know if there's any truth to that, but that's how I feel just using one myself and being around them. But flip that disconnect back on and now all of your lights can be powered. It is inside this aluminum battery box, which is lockable. So you guys can lock this up if you feel like you're parked somewhere that maybe someone wanted to come and take a battery out of there. You can lock this up. What that battery is also powering is your electric jack. So we have an Equalizer jack on this one. Again, I told you guys at the very beginning the two things I did to my trailer before I took it home with those new saddle racks and an electric jack. I really appreciate this when I'm either running late and I need to get somewhere in a hurry, maybe my horse is sick and I need to get hooked up in a hurry. This is just great. Also a convenience factor, but if you were to kill your battery, it does have a manual override. You guys can always pump this jack up and down if you need to. Full size matching spare tire. With this one being 7.6 wide, we can mount it right next to your electric jack here. Same black spoke aluminum rim on that guy. And then we did do a 53-inch drop wall. So this wall right here, from our rail down to our bottom rail there, is going to be 53 inches. That is standard to us on all of our runaround trailers now. Standard is actually 50 inches. We won't build a runaround trailer unless it's custom ordered that way without that 53-inch drop, just because we have all of our customers in those newer trucks that get taller and taller, and they come in needing a new trailer because their old trailer will not have to be nosed up so high. It's not going to ride level going down the road to get them that bed rail clearance. So with your 53 inches, we just took 3 inches from our nose space up here and gave it to our truck instead. So now you can ride level down the road without getting any sort of interference with our bed rails. You guys probably didn't even notice up there in the nose that it was any shorter than it used to be. Still plenty of head clearance in there. But 53-inch drop wall on this one. It is your 2025 Cimarron Norstar 4-horse gooseneck. Same build as the one at Stock Show, guys. So if you check it out down there, this is gonna be that same one in a 4-horse. If you guys wanna reference our stock number, it's 5N241545. This trailer is still available. I would love to show you guys the spec sheets, answer any questions, and help you get this one headed home with you guys. Please feel free to reach out. My name is Michaela Hall. My cell phone's 303-918-6367. You guys can call or text that number. And then my email, michaela.hall@transwest.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us this morning, and come check us out at Stock Show. It's our final weekend. Have a great day, guys.